My name is Sumay McPhail, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Weekly School, a project-based, self-directed virtual learning platform. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can get started learning Python. Python is a pretty well-known programming language that has a very wide variety of use cases, including data analysis and automating tasks, but can be used for all sorts of things with different extensions like Pygame, allowing you to create games in Python, and Turtle, allowing you to draw pictures in Python. So the first thing you need to do is to either download Python or create an account on an online code editor. I've built out some documentation on how to learn Python and how to get started, and I will leave the link in the description below. So you can go to the Getting Started tab, and I've included instructions on how to download Python. But if you want, you can just get started by going to this online code editor that has a lot of different coding languages, not just Python, that you can use. So you can create an account and then use this add button, say Python, and then just name it project, and then you can create a Python project with this online code editor. So there is a lot of different things that you can do with Python, but some of the basics is learning print statements, what integers, variables, lists, and strings are, and knowing the input function, what indexes are, and how to print with plus signs. So the first thing is print statements, and they're very simple. You basically can just print something and the output will be whatever you print. So if I say print hello, then it will just output hello. You can also print numbers, and a number is just an integer. But if I were to print 2 inside of a string, this would be considered a string. There are also variables in which you can save data. So if I were to make a variable called name, and then set this to Bob, then if I print name, then it would output Bob. If I were to say name within quotation marks, this would be a string. It wouldn't know that I'm calling a variable. It would think that I'm just trying to print a string called name. And the last thing is printing lists. So let's say, I'll just say list 1, and then we can make brackets and then hold multiple pieces of data within this list. And then if I were to print list 1, then it would output all of this data. And so the next thing is what is indexes, and indexes are basically where you can print a certain just one of these pieces of data within this list. So let's say I have all of these numbers, but I only want to print 3. Then with indexes, I can take a certain placement within that list and then print that. So I could say print list 1, and then within brackets, say 0, and 0 is this first placement in the list, which is kind of confusing, but 0 would be the first piece of data in the list, 1 would be the second piece of data. And so as you can see with this example, apple would be index 0, banana would be index 1. You can also use negative indexes. So over here, the last piece of data in this list would be -1, and then watermelon would be index -2, but usually people don't use negatives, they just use the first indexes that you see here. So if I say print list 1, 0, then it would print 1 because that is the first piece of data in our list. If I were to print list 1, 3, and that would print 4 because that is the 4th piece of data inside our list. And so this is just a place where we can run Python code, but usually if you want to save your code and you want to run it multiple times, or if it's a bigger project, then you'll want to run it, you'll want to code it within a .py file. And so we can say print hello here, and then if we run it, then it will print hello over here. But then we can have multiple lines of code, and just print multiple things, and this will also be saved. So the next thing is input statements, and basically what input allows you to do is make it so that the user is the one inputting data. So let's say we want to save this data in a variable. So let's make a variable called age, and age is going to equal input because we want the user to set whatever is in age, and then we can say, what is your age? And then basically what this would do is it would print what is your age and then allow you to input whatever your age is. So let's run. It says hello 3, what is your age? And I'm just going to say I'm 55. I'm obviously not. And then if I enter, nothing happens because we need to actually print what age is. So then if afterwards we print not age inside of quotation marks, but age as a variable, then if I say, what is my age? And I input 55, then it will then give us back 55. Then it comes to our last thing, which is printing with plus signs, which means you can link different things inside the same print statement. So let's say we wanted to print you are 55 after I input 55, then I can say you are, and then plus sign age, and then it will take whatever we put into here and then put that at the end of my string. So if I run this, then it says, what is my age? 55, and then it says you are 55. If I were to run this and say something else, then it would change along with it because we are inputting the data for this variable and then printing the variable. So that is the first 5 things inside the Python curriculum that I have. Again, I'm linking this in the description, and I will be making more videos just with more Python things, because obviously there's a lot more to learn, but that's kind of just the basics to get you started. So thank you for watching. That's just some of the basic things that you can start to know to start learning Python. I hope you enjoyed, and if you would like more information, you can go to wequal.school. Wequal School provides Python classes every Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, taught by me, and if you would like to join, then you can join Wequal School by filling out an application at wequal.school, wequil.school. Thank you for watching.